What's up, people of the tube? How's it going? Listen, so basically I'm doing this video from the comfort of my own home and not doing a vlog because it's raining out and I don't want to die making a video, so that's why I'm not outside. Just a quick update. So this channel used to be called Danny Savage, right? That is my name, for one, and it used to have vlogs, barbering, clipper reviews, just random stupid stuff. I want this channel to go in a motorcycle direction, so that is what I am not doing. So I've privatised any video that isn't kind of related to motorcycling. I've left a couple up, but generally they're gone. So if there is new subscribers, which there's been a few over the last week, you won't know who I am or what I do or anything about me. At the moment I am just a dick on a bike, but that won't change. I'll always be a dick on a bike, but you've got no background. So my name is Danny Savage. I am a barber from Bristol, roughly Bristol-ish area, and obsessed with motorcycles, and I basically want this channel to be generally, not totally, but generally dedicated to motorcycles, motovlogging and stuff like that. So a lot of people do these like sort of get to know me videos. I don't want to do that because I think that's quite cheesy. Instead of doing that, I'm just going to talk about the bikes that I've had. I've had a few. Each has kind of got a story to them-ish, so we'll have a look at those and hopefully you will enjoy this video. Right, so let's just jump straight into it. So I passed my test like a few years ago now, and the first bike I had, there she is. Right, so this is a Harley Davidson 883 Sportster, and in my defence, I didn't know this was a girl's bike when I got it. I just saw it was Harley Davidson and thought, yeah, that's pretty sweet. And it was the ultra low, super low, ultra low, super low. I know I repeated quite a lot of words then, but I'm pretty sure it was one of those. It was like the really small one. And as you can see, it's got the, I'll point here because I'll put a picture here. As you can see, I don't need to do that anymore. There was the original pipes on it, so it was really quiet. Really crappy, and I should have known from here that Harley Davidson were going to be crap because this bike needed a pillion seat. So we contacted Harley and it was 700 quid for a pillion seat and a sissy bar, which at the time we just paid because we were knobheads. But it just goes to show, like, that's the start of my relationship with Harley, and it was just going to be a rip-off from then on, really. It's got like the Live to Ride air filter on it, air filter cover on it. I did swap out for Vance and Hines exhaust, so it was a lot louder at one point. But yeah, sadly, this bike was actually the bike that my ex-wife, God rest her soul, she's not dead. She let me buy this for our sort of like honeymoon. We were going to go riding, so that went well. But yeah, so that's that bike. It's alright. I kind of miss it a little bit. So that's that bike. Second bike. This bad boy. So, this one. It looks a mess and I made it look like that. Alright, so this is a rat bike. It was red and it had a flame seat on it, which was choice, but not for me, so we swapped it out for the black one. Spray painted it black. Got the Hessian. I don't know if you can see, it's like a blood handprint as well on the on the tank. So I'm not the most logical person in the world and decided that I wanted blood handprints on the tank and went around my mate's shop, got the red paint like, in a can, sprayed my hands, right? Because I want to get a handprint. Obviously, that's what you do. Didn't put any gloves on or any form of protective material, just went straight on my hand. So I planted my hand on the tank, got the print on, couldn't get the paint off. So we had to go round to my friend's garage, he like owns a garage, at like 10:30 at night to get some like paint remover stuff, because obviously being a barber, I couldn't really go to work the next day with red hands. I look like a tit as it is, let alone with stupid paint on my hands. This kind of shows my degree of logic there. And the bike itself was all matte black, so I painted this bike in my garage. And I just, sprayed it and didn't open the garage. So I got quite ill, actually. So we joke about it, but I could have died. Good story. Good story. They're not going to get any better. these stories, these little anecdotes. BTW. Next bike. That was a Bandit 600, by the way, in case I didn't say. So this bad boy, right, this is a, is it a 1450, 1690? No, 1450 Harley Davidson Super Glide. And it was owned by a typical Harley rider. I reckon he rode it probably twice the time he had it. He said there was 12 grand worth of extras. I don't think there's quite that much, but there was quite a lot. So as you can see, it's got custom front wheel. I don't know what that was, but some different front wheel. The front end is actually from a wide glide, so it had a custom front end. You've got the super hyper turbo camshaft hypercharger thing. Vance and Hines exhaust. The Corbin seat that had flame stitching looked hideous, but he liked it. Custom mirrors, custom handlebars. The foot pegs were, God, everything on this bike was custom, to be fair. Looks quite cool, I suppose. So I actually did a part exchange on this bike for my next bike, but on the day of selling this bike, I actually dropped it in a car park. Snapped the brake lever off, so that was... Next bike, VZR 1800, so that's a Suzuki. That had a 320 back wheel on it, which was, that's pretty big. So as you can see, the whole back end is completely different. And I thought that was because, you know, whoever had it before was into custom stuff. It's not. It's because it was actually a Cat D, which I didn't find out until I sold the bike. Rear end damage. So they obviously just rebuilt it with this one, with the massive back wheel. Fast as hell, that bike. Absolutely mental. Right, it's alright, we're nearly there. I did just watch back the first half of this video. I got bored already, so I'll try and make these last bits a bit more exciting. Next bike was the... Yes. So this is a Bandit 1200. I did... Battery died, but I've invested too much into this now, so we've got to keep going. Right, so this was the Bandit 1200. I got this from a guy up north on eBay. Literally, I bought the bike, I didn't see it, I didn't go and see it at all. He sent it down with a courier, and I think it was a guy that he knew. The guy was a northerner as well. He had no teeth. Which, you know, some people have dental problems. I can't moan at that, but you wouldn't have let him look after 50 quid. If you just said, alright mate, can you just look after my 50 quid whilst I have a slash? I don't know at what point you're asking people to look after money while you have a pee, but just bear with me. Where was I going with that? Oh yeah, he would have nicked it, 100%. Right, so anyway, it came down in a van and I was like, oh mate, do you want to come in for a cup of tea? You've driven all this way. And he was like, nah, I gotta go. So he pretty much ran off. So we've got dual exhaust. I think they were Arrow exhausts, I think. It looked pretty sweet. It was jacked up at the back. A few little shiny bits, twin headlamps, which was non-standard. Had the gold Renthal bars, had like a gold chain set on it and stuff. Definitely a cool bike. I did really like it. Sold it to a guy, I can't remember where he lived, but about 3 months after I sold it, some bailiffs turned up at my house. They come to collect that bike, and it turns out that it was on PCP or finance or something. I didn't know you could get finance on a bike that was like 500 years old, but lucky I kind of sold it for what I did really, because they would have had it back. Yeah, that's my Bandit 1200 Street Fighter. Quite enjoyed that bike. Right. It's alright, we really are getting towards the end, I promise. But anyway, this bike, I love this bike. It was unbelievable. So this is a full power VMAX. It had a problem where at 90, between 90 and 100, the front end would shake uncontrollably, which was apparently a characteristic of this bike. I don't know what the problem with that was. These bikes did actually suffer with that problem. I ran out of fuel on the motorway twice. And a really temperamental, like the fuel light used to just like come on every now and then. Sometimes it let you know that you ran out of fuel, sometimes it wouldn't, so that was really handy. I had a custom exhaust, I had a non-standard exhaust, which did sound really nice. But these bikes were so stupidly quick. Like, I mean, this was a 98, and to think that when that bike came out, you know, there wasn't much before it that was that quick. So yeah, I do miss this bike, I really miss it. I think I'd like to get a VMAX again. It had a lot of character, definitely. Right, I think there's two more. There's only two more. So this was another Harley. Now, I've mugged off Harley quite a bit, but I have had three. So I obviously don't hate them that much. This is my 2015 Harley Davidson Fat Bob, so that's a 1690 engine. It's alright, it's quite cool. So I have Vance and Hines exhaust, but my good friend Welder, he made me a Sissy Bar and pannier combo type thing, which looked awesome. But it was crap at braking, slow, fat, and it was comfy, don't get me wrong, but nah, not for me. So I traded that one in for this last piece of ass. Computer's frozen. It's like watching an 85-year-old trying to navigate like a PC for the first time. So you've probably all seen this already. This is my current bike, 2017 Z1000 Kawasaki. It's stunning. It's just, I love everything about it. It's quite small. It's quite short and fat, which is kind of like its owner, I suppose. It's got Urban Brawler exhaust, so it's quite noisy. It's got a tail tidy, so I don't know if you've seen these new number plate holders that they have to have. It's absolutely ridiculous. They look disgusting, but it's a new one. That's it. That's the only thing I've changed on this bike, and it's mental. It's the quickest bike I've had, and it handles amazingly. I think it looks awesome. I'm gonna have this bike a while, whether I like it or not, because I can't afford to chop it in. So I'm just going through my notes because I did make notes on everything. I was going to check. But yeah, I think I've covered everything I wanted to say. I mean, under Z1000, my notes were a work of art, sex machine. So I think we've... So thanks for joining me today on this video. Like, it was just a little update video. I just want to check in with you guys because there's been a lot of change on my channel. So I wanted to let you know what was happening. Please do like, subscribe, and it'd be quite cool if you let me know what your favourite bike was in the comments. That would be pretty sweet. If you've got one, unless you thought they were all shit, that's fine as well. You know, whatever, innit? I will see you on the next video. I'm hoping to do one on Sunday if the weather isn't too bad. So I'll upload that. So yeah, to all of you on two wheels, stay safe. If you're not on two wheels, then like still stay safe, really, innit? Like, thanks for watching. I'll see you guys next time.